Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, I'm having, yet again, so many issues with camera and lighting and this and that, and I'm still beyond excited because look at these colors. This is what we're diving into today, the newest collection from Colourpop, and I am living, breathing, dying over how stunning this looks on my arm right now. Like, hello liners, everything is so bright and intense, and I just cannot wait to put it on my eyes. Now, as excited as I am about all of this, I'm a little bit bummed out in one area. So I purchased all of this from their website. There was a collection available. It was 40 bucks. And I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, whenever Colourpop releases a collection, it's always the entire collection. So I was like, sweet, wasn't paying much attention. Hello, in the middle of a work day, add to cart, check out, go on and do my life, right? Well, then I'm sitting there. And today when I'm going through my package, because it just came in, and I'm looking on their website and I'm like, this doesn't have everything that I thought it would have, because this collection was supposed to have some Super Shock pigments, which are like the round ones that come in this style container from Colourpop, and none of those were in this collection. So I'm really sorry to have to tell you, I don't have those, but I do have obviously the pressed glitters, the pressed pigments, I have the 3 lip glosses, and the collection of liners that they released. So that's what we'll be diving into, but I just wanted to let you know, if you were looking for those Super Shock pigments, I don't have them. Again, I thought they were in here. I assumed they would be, but that was my fault. I probably should have checked. So, oh, and I also, by the way, there was a white mascara released with this collection, probably because this is very like Coachella-y kind of vibes. Is a white mascara necessarily my thing? Ugh, not really. So will I use it? Ugh, I don't know. But it did come with the collection. All right, guys, now without any further delay, I do want to dive in first to all of the pressed glitters and the pressed pigments here. These are each $5 a piece, so it doesn't matter if you go for the pigment or the glitter, $5 a piece, which I think is a very nice price point. These are truly so beautiful in the pan. Now, of course, we are going to dive into swatches for you guys, and if you are looking at them on my arm from top to bottom, we have Light Show, Boombaya, Fire, Palooza, Renegade, Freebird, Hungry Ghost, Indio, Keep Scrolling, Sandbar, 000, and Seeing Stars. And in full disclosure, you guys, I'm pretty confident that I just mispronounced at least half of those, so I apologize. But nonetheless, those are the shade names, and these are so beautiful. Like, I love the aesthetic here. I love the color arrangement, and I really like, just from a onlooker perspective, that all of these glitters are different in pan as well as how they translate to the arm. I feel like a lot of times when it comes to glitters, whether they're pressed, loose, whatever, they always have this tendency to appear very similar. Kind of like with glosses. Have you ever noticed how you could have 6 totally different glosses, but when you put them over a lipstick, they all look painfully similar? That's how I feel about glitters all the time. And so I love that each one of these, even if like there's a yellow and a green, you can tell that one pulls more yellow, one pulls more green. Just like with these two right here, this one has more of an iridescence to it, this one has more of a silver iridescence to it. So overall, I definitely like the glitters in here. Again, the selection is nice. Moving down to the pressed pigments, these 4 right here, I also really enjoy the color scheme. I think they match the mood and the overall feel of the collection, which is nice. They did swatch very nicely as well, and I like these color arrangements. I feel like I should have paired them differently, because I actually love the purple and the pink, and then this orange with this green. Like, those two together I feel like would just be so impactful. And I actually wanted to commend Colourpop a little on this, because I feel like with brands, what we see is we see them charging towards a theme, and they'll be like, yeah, this is what I want, and then they get up to it and they go, ooh, better back off a little bit, because is that too much? Is that too daring? Is that too intense? And they didn't do that. They were like, look, we're gonna go full on. This is party. This is what we want. This is what we're dreaming of. And I love that they did that, and they didn't shy away, because this would have been a collection that if you would have popped a neutral in here, if you would have popped a neutral anything, brown, pink, doesn't matter, if you would have went light, it would have looked so out of place. So I love that they really committed to the aesthetic that they were going for. That was key. So while we're on this vibrancy kick, let's go ahead and talk about these liners, guys. These are $5 a piece. I, of course, did buy them in the collection, but for $5 a piece to buy them individual, I quite like the price point. And let me just tell you, I'm so stunned, if I'm being completely honest, that these turned out as vibrant as they are, because yet again, we've seen time after time brands try to shoot for this, I want it bright, I want it poppy, I want it neon, and they never really hit that neon mark. So I really love that these are just as bold and intense as what we would expect them to be. And if you're looking at them from top to bottom, again, we have Cursed, Insomniac, Electric Daisy, Units, and Exit. Now, yet again, I'm going to tell you guys, I am almost 30, so if I just mispronounce these because I don't get the lingo of CRSSD, which is how you spell the yellow shade, I'm just going to call it yellow because, again, I'm almost 30. and I don't speak your lingo. So next up here, I'm just removing these liners from the back of my hand, and then I'm going to go ahead and swatch the glosses for you. I tried to swatch these in an insert, and girl, there was no way. The lighting, my camera, I don't know what was going on, but it would not happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and live swatch them for you real quick. Now their glosses are $7 a piece. This is the first shade, which is Feels Like Summer. It's a really nice brown neutral. It does have a little bit of gold reflect in it, but nothing too much that it overpowers the color. It's just a nice neutral brown. That next one right there is the shade NASA. It's basically a clear gloss with some light gold reflect in it, which is really, really beautiful. This would go with so many lipsticks, looks, what have you. Very multifaceted. These glosses have a really nice like light minty scent to them. They're not overpowering, but these are a plumping gloss, so that mint is supposed to, I'm assuming, go in and plump your lips out, make them look a little bit fuller. But this is the last shade here, which is in Let It Happen, and it's actually a really beautiful hybrid in between these two shades. It has a light amount of color to it, but it's very, very light in opacity. All right, guys, let's go ahead, toss the hair back here, take the glasses off. My brows are uneven, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really frustrated with them, so we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna prime MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot here. I have glitter all over my cheek. Can you see it? I must have accidentally wiped my face at some point. So that'll be there till I'm 97, so that's good. Now because these are a pressed pigment, these ones down here, the brighter shades, it is best to go in with a tacky base. I lately have been going in with a tacky base anyways, but just so you know, anytime you're working with a pressed pigment, it is definitely suggested that you leave it nice and tacky. So I'm going to start off here with my Morphe E13, and I think I'm going to dive into the purple shade first, this guy right here, and I want to start taking that into the crease, and I'm mainly just going to stamp it into the crease with the E13. And see if I can just get a nice layer of purple. Given that I'm not sure which direction I want to go in yet, but I know for sure I want purple, I think this will be a good start. So I'm just going to stamp it down and then lightly pull it through. Guys, first of all, I freaking love how dense that purple is. Like, do you see how thick in opacity that is? It's stunning. One thing that I did forget to mention when I was going through the swatches and stuff, the attention to detail on this packaging is so cute. So these are the little unicartons that the individual shades come in before you put them in your magnetic palette here. And these ones are for glitter and these ones are for pigment. And I just loved that they made them a little different. Like, they are so, so cute. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna grab my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH36 brush here. It's a smaller blender. And I'm going to take the hot pink shade, which is this guy right here, and I'm going to start working that out on the edges of the purple shade. And I'm basically going to use that hot pink as a way to buff out the purple. And I think if everything comes together the way I'm seeing it in my mind, it'll actually serve as a really beautiful transition shade between the two. Okay, so let me just tell you, after all of about 3 swipes, that's beautiful. Like, guys, look at the vibrancy that I'm getting off of this hot pink. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm going to go back in with that Morphe E13 in that purple shade, and I'm just going to lightly blend and buff that line one more time between that pink and that purple. And then I think we'll be good to move on here. I just like to make sure, you guys know, everything has to be blended in my world, otherwise I can't function. Then I'm just gonna lightly go in and continue to buff out that hot pink line with that JH36. No additional product, I'm just buffing out the line so there's no harshness. And I took this right on up to that brow bone, honey. I'm taking it right on up. And then what I'll end up doing is going in with a brow bone highlight, and I'll kind of press it back down. But I really like this elongated shape that it's giving my eye. That looks really, really pretty. Okay guys, so after much deliberation, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the purple shade, again the E13, and I want to put this all over the lid. Now originally I was going to take the orange shade and pop it right here, but I don't think that's going to give me the aesthetic I'm going for. So I'm going to just take this purple and I'm going to pack it onto the lid. Now for glitters, I'm really drawn to this shade right here. I feel like it would look so beautiful over top of that purple. This is the shade Hungry Ghost. Oh, what a good name. And look at it in the pan. So pretty. And I feel like this would look really, really beautiful. Even if you wanted to like do a fun glitter moment and pop it on like your inner eye, this could be stunning. You know what? I think that's just what I want to do. And I was considering other options, just so you guys know, but if I were to pick these other ones, I feel like it would bring the look down and dull it down a little bit. And I really want it to look bright and poppy because it has a darker base. And so if I go in with a lighter glitter like this shade, I think it'll really pop the purple instead of bringing it and receding it down. Like if I were to go in with this pink shade or even this darker shade shade on the edge right here, I think that those would just kind of get lost in the purple. So I don't want to do that because, girl, I didn't do this just for y'all to get lost all up in my eyeball, okay? So we're not going to do that today. All right, so next up, I'm just taking my NYX Glitter Glue here. I use this all the time. Typically, I'm using it for shimmer, but of course, we're using glitter today. So honey, you need a glitter glue. Do not skimp. Get a glitter glue because these are not going to stick to your lids without one. So I'm just going to take and pat this in with my finger all over the lid, and then I'm going to take that glitter on my finger as well right here, bam. And I'm just going to lightly oh, so pretty. Okay, we're just going to lightly pack this onto the lid, and I'm just doing it with my finger. You can use a brush if that's your preferred. For me, you guys know I like using my finger because I can feel where everything is going, and I really want to create like a nice arrayed effect with this. So I want it to be concentrated on the mobile lid right here and then kind of naturally fan and disperse up toward the crease. So I'm just pressing it down and then taking whatever's left on my finger and just patting that up into this region. And there's really no rhyme or reason to it. It's not going to be a super structured look, but God, that is a beautiful glitter. Again, just lightly tapping through the crease over here just to make sure we get a little bit of glitter. You can see right there, just a light veiling, nothing too crazy. Guys, that is beautiful. And can I also just say that as a glitter, that just pressed on top of itself really, really nicely. And a lot of times glitters will actually get chunky and kind of flake off my lids, but that didn't. That's just stunning. Okay, well, not mad about this at all. All right, so I really like where we're going. I like this upper lid. I want to go ahead, do the rest of my face, my other eye, obviously. And then I want to come back, play with some liners, play with the lower lash line a little bit, and kind of keep delving in. So hang tight and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, so I've been sitting here playing around with this camera, with the settings, with the lights. I don't know what is happening, but I keep changing color. I've tried this intro yet again 15 times. This happened the other day, and I think what's going on is that anytime there isn't a lot of natural light coming through the window, I just get super washed and I end up looking crazy. So I apologize for that, but as far as my foundation goes, I am doing a foundation review on top of all this, so it is a lot darker and it is a little bit more bronzy than usual, so you will have to stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed to know what is happening on my face. But I will tell you, the coloring is off and things are looking a little bit crazy, but we're just gonna work with it, roll with it, and hopefully for the rest of this video I can just get this camera to keep seeing me the way it is right now. This is the best it's been in about 25 minutes. 10 minutes ago I was the color of this pink on my eyelids, and then before that I was literally blue, like teal, as in the color of my Ray bronzer, which this is what I'm wearing, by the way, for bronzer, and I was the color of this container. But anyways, all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and finish up the lower lash line. I still have no clue what I want, but I think that it has something to do with this orange shade right here, because I feel like that would be beautiful, like a nice complement to what I have going on up top, but it wouldn't be so much that it would overtake the entire look. So I'm just taking this on the BH V20 brush, and holy smokeroni, do you see, did I just say smokeroni? Wow. But that color, look at how vibrant that is. That's beautiful. Guys, I love this shade on the lower lash line. It is so bright and so bold. Oh my word. I am gonna go in and just blend and buff with a little bit of that purple shade on the outer V, just to get rid of the line right there. I feel like there's a little bit of harshness that I don't love, so I wanna just get rid of that ever so slightly. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of that purple shade and bring that down onto the lower lash line, just to blend it in a little bit on the outer V with that bright coral orange shade. I don't want to go too much, but I just want to have it, you know, be blended a little bit. That way there's a little cohesion between the upper and lower lids. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I will definitely be taking you, by the way, when I'm all done with this look, we're going to go try to find a little natural light so you can really see how vibrant these are, because they are so stunning. Now I do want to take, what do I want to do for the inner portion of the lid? I feel like my pink still got way out of control right here, and I'm not sure that I love that. Guys, you know what I think would look really beautiful? To take the bright green shade, the pressed pigment, and pop that on the inner eye and then put our highlight over top of it. That would look gorgeous. This is such a trendy thing right now, and I really think that it could look gorgeous. Let's just, like, I'm nervous because once you do it, like, you just committed to it, but I really want to try. You know what? I'm just going to do it. Screw it. It's just makeup. It'll wash off. Wow, that is vibrancy. Holy bejesus. Okay, let's just grab a little brush and start blending that out here. I'm just going to take this little no-name brush that I don't know what it is, and I'm just going to pack that color onto the inner portion of the eye, and I'm basically going to fluff it up into the pink and also down onto the lower lash line all at the same time. So next up, I'm just taking my Lorac highlight in Celestial, and I'm hitting the brow bone real quick because y'all know we need some brow bone love in our lives. That's really pretty too. This is the Morphe M167, if you were curious. With my finger, I'm just going to take that Lorac highlight, and I'm just going to pop it over top of that green. Ooh, that's pretty. You also, if you're super fun and crazy, you could take one of these pressed glitters and pop that in there. That would look really pretty. I love that. Like, look at how shimmery on top of that green. It's highlighting the face here with my Lorac Celestial. Damn, that's gorgeous. Ooh. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and moved the camera out, keep playing with the settings, and this is actually the most accurate it's been, so I really love the way that everything's turning out. And again, I'm still going to take you to natural light, but I did want to play around real quick with one of the liners. Now, for the lips, I did go in and do a very, very light lip just to see if I liked it. I was just more or less playing around while I was fiddling with the camera, and I went in with the Colourpop Lip Liner in BFF. This is the lightest of their BFFs. I believe there's BFF, this one, and then 2 and 3. 3 is my favorite, but I lost it amongst all the stuff I have on my vanity, so I just went in with the regular BFF. And then for the gloss out of this collection, I took Feels Like Summer, which is the most opaque out of the 3, and I really love the way that this tone pairs with the look. It's a nice kind of hit of something neutral, but also gives me like a nice glossy vibe. I don't know, I really feel this. Now, before I go ahead and finish up the look and take us to natural light for a second, I do want to play around with the liners just a little bit, because I think that it could go one way or the other very quickly. Like, it could be very over the top and gaudy, or if you play it just right, I think that it could add a little bit of something special. So I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and then throw on a coat of this It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Guys, so speaking of mascara, I have a question for you. I recently picked up the, what is that? The magnetic lash liner stuff. I know Tati did a full video of it. Well, I saw it on Instagram and I was like, okay, maybe I should try it. And then after I ordered it, it's literally taken over a month now to get it because it was back ordered, probably because of her video. But I wanted to know from you guys, do you want me to do a full-on video of that? Have you seen enough of it? Are you not curious? So if you guys want to see that video, let me know. I want you to go ahead and like this video and leave it down below. Give me your thoughts, whatnot. Because honestly, guys, if they could make a liner like that that was easier to use and that would make it so it didn't irritate my eyes. That's my whole thing, is my eyes are so sensitive that if, you know, if I could come up with a way that I could wear false lashes and it didn't feel like I was wearing them, oh honey, I am game. All right, lower lash line, I'm just gonna grab my Covergirl Plump Crusher Mascara. I love this for the lower lash line because it's super easy to use. And I was going to go in and play around with the white mascara that they sent in this collection, but I really want to play around, I think, with the liner instead, and I think that the white mascara plus the liner would just be a little bit too much. And I think out of the liners, I really think I want to see what this orange looks like, because I feel like we put that nice pop of like that orangey coral underneath the eye. This one could look really beautiful. Okay, so it's definitely going onto the eye a little bit more pink than I would like. I had kind of hoped it would be more like the actual container it's in instead of orange. You'll be able to see it a little bit better in natural lighting, but I don't hate the shade. I just wish it was a little bit more true to the packaging, that's all. Okay, you guys, I went ahead and I finished everything up and I really love the way it turned out. Minus this mascara, and the foundation is definitely giving me some trouble. You'll have to subscribe and stay tuned for that to see like what's going on. But as far as the shadows go, I have a couple notes. So first of all, because we are in more of a direct light situation, this right here won't look as blended as it is in real life. Just keep in mind that the more you approach real natural light hitting you head on, it does make angles and stuff like that look a little bit more harsh, but in real life it is very blended, and these shades blended out beautifully. Like the purple and the pink, for them being so rich and opaque as they were, and especially the purple not having any patchiness to it at all, I am so impressed. The glitter is surprisingly comfortable. Now, I've been someone in the past who has a very, very difficult time wearing glitter in general. It can feel really thick and chunky and abrasive on my eyelids, and this doesn't, I don't even feel it at all. Like, I can't tell it's up there, which is really nice. So as far as all the pressed pans, whether it's the pigment or the glitters, I have nothing against it at all. As far as the rest of it goes, the lip glosses I've been working with offline now for probably the last month whenever they released them originally, and trying to get to know the formula. So I will let you know about that and what I think after I've worn it for a while here in an upcoming video. But as far as the shades that they released in this collection, collection, and the way that it's sitting now, I really enjoy it. I have no issues with it. The liners I don't hate. I feel like, are they creamy? Yes, to a certain degree. My biggest issue is with the color. I went in with the really bright orangey one right there. It's more of like an orange coral, and I was really bummed that when I put it in the lash line, like you couldn't even see it. I feel like the vibrancy just completely went away. So for me, that was the biggest downside I would have to say to the liners, but I will go ahead and work with all of them. It could just be the tone of my natural waterline that made this one look a little bit more lackluster. I'm not sure, but overall, I really love the tone of this look. I feel like it's fun, it's bright, it's poppy, and I think that you could deconstruct that palette. You don't need the entire collection. So if you wanted to pick one or two of them up and just mix them into what you already know and love and use on a daily basis, I don't think you'd be disappointed. The quality was very nice and consistent, which I love. And that is it, you guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. If you haven't done so yet, please don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. They're both linked down below. And if you're into skincare, you will definitely want to follow me on Instagram because I do skincare Saturday/Sunday, and it is so fun. I'm recently putting it up on IGTV, and I really enjoy getting to hang out with you guys. I put up 5 videos on this channel every week, but over there, it's basically a 6th video because it's long, it's in depth. We do first impressions on masks. We talk about ingredients in skincare, what's good, what's not, what's beneficial for you, and it's just a really good fun way to hang out for that 6th day. So definitely follow me over there. Again, the links for those are both down below. And while we're on the topic, if you haven't done so yet, definitely make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on your post notifications because y'all, I upload, my hair is looking crazy, but I upload 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They go up bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. And it is so fun. I love getting to hang out with you guys every morning. You're getting up, you're getting ready for work. We say good morning. It's a whole moment. We drink our coffee together and we just hang out with makeup. New, old, love it, hate it, doesn't matter. And it is just so fun. So please make sure you subscribe for that. And you guys, that is it. Thank you all so much for watching, for hanging out with me. God, this highlight, like no matter what else happens today, this highlight, Lorac Celestial, it is just giving me life. Wow. Anyways, you guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And as a glitter, and pray that you guys can at least get the general idea of what's going on here. And I want to finish up, what is this? Okay. Little bunny foo-foo. Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea and frolics in and on a land that we call Honolulu. Literally wearing so much glitter right now. Oh crap. Okay, so pressed pigments are known for depositing color. They have deposited it on my arm. And glitter is known for never going away. So it's gonna be here for the rest of my life. Cool.